Watch TV, promoting sustainable development.
This is the Youth Avenue on Watch TV channel with your gorgeous host, 𝐾𝐨𝐮𝐭𝐡. Good evening to you all and welcome to tonight's episode. It is on this show that we seek to address issues that hinder our growth as youth. Remember, it's all about you. I would like to urge you, please, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, kindly do so at Watch TV channel. And also follow us on all our social media pages at Watch TV channel. The program is sponsored by the Center for Volunteerism in Social Transformation, CENVAS. And so for all your individual or corporate voluntary activities, contact CENVAS at info@cenvas.org. Yeah. Tonight, we are continuing our discussion on youth leadership in politics. And we will be focusing on the role of the assembly members in national and community development. So to my guest tonight, I would like to start with the lady. She's in the person of Ramatu Ibrahim. She is a businesswoman and also assembly member of 𝐘𝐨𝐻 electoral area. Auntie Ramatu, you're welcome.
Thank you.
And also I have Samson 𝐾𝐨𝐻. He is environment and local governance expert and also the assembly member of Asafo electoral area. And he is an environmental management subcommittee chairman as well. Mr. Dako, you're welcome.
Thank you, Shirat.
It's an honor to have you both here at the studios of Watch TV. So the Youth Avenue, what we do is we seek to address issues that hinders our growth as youth. Anything at all that has the potential of standing in our way as youth as we are growing up. That is what we sit here to discuss. And I mean, the people in the assembly members cannot be left out of this. And hence, invited you here to have this discussion with us. So to keep it going, actually, Auntie Ramatu said we should go the local way. So I'm trying. Yes. So
yes, maybe perhaps she wants to be able to communicate well with the.
Yes, and that would be interesting actually.
She wants to communicate well with the constituents. So.
Yes. Okay. Inti.
So
fancy or cheap? Your baby, I'm a kwamo. Okay. Inti, maminka fancy. And meka fancy, no meka. Okay. Yeah, the buffer. Yes. Inti Auntie Ramatu pacho. A bit too much kakra actually about your experience in your growing up and taking leadership positions and all of that.
Okay. Eddie can meet me here. Experience I mean ewo kakra ne say enye easy say over take this away no step no. But it's now what edwin ho answer. And the name pennyful being so edging common. And my mom guidelines to be brave.
Okay.
There are a lot of challenges, but so far as I will make you mind is obey ending. Ubeshia. Now, me from one. That's all. You are good to go. The experience, no.
See that.
Can you share your experience with that?
Oh, experience in terms of
leadership experience.
Oh, well, you see, for the experience, you have the good side and the ugly side. Yeah. And the good side, by the grace of God, with the little experiences we have in our area of expertise, we're able to, put some of the agenda as far as communicating or as far as an assembly member, your role, and then being able to steer the affairs of a subcommittee that you are a chairman. So looking at all these things, I can say by the grace of God, we're able to go. And then our disposition to an assembly, the floor of the General Assembly, by the grace of God, we were able to dispose ourselves well. But you see, the ugly side is when you are looking for the needed resource to be able to push an agenda, and that resource is not coming.
Yeah.
You are not getting. it sometimes make the work so difficult.
Yes.
And sometimes people outside might even think that your competence is at the crossroad. You are not competent enough
Enough, yeah.
because maybe losing sight of the fact that it is just because the needed resource that you need to execute that
It's not available.
it's not available.
Yeah.
So that's how come things are like that. So
Okay.
these are the experiences that I can share so far
Okay.
after assuming this assembly member position.
Okay. Auntie Ramatu, so we often hear say, "Will be a assembly member for this electoral area," and then all of that. But you're a bit too much and who an assembly member is.
Yeah, assembly member deɛ wo botaeɛ esi w'ani so a wode kɔ assembly ne sɛ wobɛhyɛ mbra.
Okay.
Wobɛhyɛ mbra ama wo community na wowɔ mu no. Wohyɛ mbra ma ɔmo ayɛ yie. Ɛna wobɛhyɛ mbra nso ɛwɔ assembly. Ɛna yɛtumi boa assembly no nso ɛma revenue kakra ɛba assembly no a yɛde aboa community no. Nti no wo side a wobɛplay no sɛ wobɛboa ma wo community no nea yɛhwehwɛ na yɛn nsa aka. Ɛno na ɛkyerɛ woyɛ assembly member. Wonkɔtena ase mfa wo nsa nhyɛ wo dɛm mfam. Before wobɛkɔ no nso wobɛyɛ assembly member no ɛwɔ sɛ wohu wode ade baako anaasɛ mmienu bi asi w'ani so. Wokɔ a ebia meekɔ yi edua bi da ha mekɔ a mɛba abɛboa ma edua no afi hɔ ɛna maka ato me nkurɔfoɔ asom. Nti mebaeɛ no edua no metumi ayi afi hɔ anaa? Ɛdɛn na wobɛyɛ bɛtumi apagya saa adeɛ no efiri hɔ? And wowɔ tumi nso ɛwɔ bibie mu ɛwɔ wo community because wo kasa amanfo tie o. Woyi ahemfo fi hɔ a assembly members no a yɛtɔ so mmienu ɛwɔ community.
Okay.
Wontumi nyɛ biribi ɛnsan ahemfo ho. Sɛ wo ne ahemfo ɛwɔ hɔ deɛ community bi ɔmo nni hene. Nti ɛno deɛ wobɛtumi wo ara na wodi w'amansin but me areas no de ahemfo na atwa me ho ahyia. Before mɛyɛ biribi no ɛwɔ sɛ me consult ɔmo. Saa adeɛ wei na yɛpɛ sɛ yɛyɛ.
Okay.
Me assembly member me tumi so mpɛ sɛ meyɛ saa adeɛ wei. Megye mo adwenkyerɛ ɛde aka ho. Ama wokɔ na wokɔtɔ amona mu a na ahemfo no ehu sɛ wobɛsraeɛ anaasɛ wobɛbisaeɛ. Wo consult ɔmo ansa woyɛ nti sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ ɔmo ɛnyi wo ma. Nti no ɛno na menim sɛ wobɛyɛ assembly member. Wowɔ kwan bebree but nyɛ ne nyinaa nso na ɛfata wo.
Okay. Yes. All right. So that's all. Do you want to add something?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nti, as being an assembly member, what is the difference between being an assembly member and then being political representative for a certain community?
Okay. That you mean the political appointees?
Yes.
Okay, as stipulated in the Constitution, Article 42, 242.
Okay.
Yeah, Article 242 of 1920 Constitution. Members of the Assembly comprises those who have been elected through universal adult suffrage, and then those who are appointed by the government, the MPs, and the chief executive. These four entities come together to form members of the assembly.
Okay.
But you see, many a times, those who are supposed to be government appointees, because there's no criteria in selecting who becomes a candidate for the assembly member position. Anybody, it is open for anybody, whether educated or uneducated, literate or non-literate, or whichever way. Therefore, that government appointee position is normally reserved for, let's say, technocrats or people who are well endowed in certain areas, like finance, like banking, like institutions, so that they will come and to support or augment the knowledge that the elected ones will be bringing on board. So, previously, hitherto, those positions were reserved for the bankers, the GPR2 chairmen, the people with a high pedigree in society. So that when they come to the assembly, because that place is a decision-making place. You go there, you do deliberations, and then you legislate. You pass laws, as my dear one said, my colleague assembly member said. you do deliberations, and afterwards you pass resolutions which become law. For whichever resolution that is passed in assembly automatically becomes binding on everybody who lives within the metropolis. So it is important you consider whoever you are appointing as, giving that position to as a government appointee. You don't just appoint anybody, but that person should be of a certain pedigree, so that when the person joins the assembly, the person comes out with certain kind of expertise.
Yeah.
That is how this appointment is supposed to be. But you know, it has lose its relevance and how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Now, it is just political favoritism. They just look at you, you serve the party well, and you did this, therefore go and join. And you see, you cannot just talk about people as to maybe you are denigrating them or something like that. But you know, truth be told, if you compare the previous appointees compared to now, you can see the difference. Because when I joined the assembly, you have a former educationist as a education subcommittee chairman, who was a government appointee, who chief director of judicial service, in the presence of late Peter 𝐘𝐨𝐻 as the FNA chairman. So how can Peter 𝐘𝐨𝐻 sit down for you to bully him? Because the whole chief director of judicial service, you can see how he's gone up on the ladder. So when he talks, the technocrats, they give that respect. But you compare that to now those we have as a government appointees, you can see the difference.
Is it that they are young or they are?
It's not a matter of young. It's a matter of, like I said, you know, the elected ones. But there's no law that debars anybody from contesting.
Okay.
Once the person win, you cannot say like the person must be a lawyer, a doctor, or this.
Yeah.
Therefore, coming into the assembly, because when you go to the assembly, it's full of academics.
Okay.
The assembly chamber, subcommittee to executive committee to general assembly, it's full of academics. You are always given documents to go and read before you can come and contribute. So if the person can't read and understand, how will the person contribute? That is why it is incumbent on any government who want to push in appointees to consider the level of education or the level of intelligentsia that these people have before you bring them, so that they can also come and contribute to decision making in assembly. That is the reserve of this government appointee, but it's not like that. So the comparison is, for them, it is the government in power that appoint them by the constitution. He said after the elections, you need to appoint 70% of the members. You include the MP and then the elected members. So based on that, you calculate 70% of us, and then you bring them as appointees to come and join the elected ones to form the assembly as a whole. So that is how it's done.
Okay. Auntie Ramatu, there are people in Kofubi, they think more like the youth now are not ready to take up leadership positions. And I believe you've been working with some young people and then all of that. So what is your view on that?
Okay. That's a call now. Youth with the obetini aba, whereby obedi no cry. Obi oha obano, sikenyu brain, and so be a sikasam, until baba bejani. And we are youth on swa, who are quenya baby room. We are quenya baby room, and answer we didn't quite the only problem. And you consider youth on so young consider say ebia, or no na yede nebano. Or your youth, but I know chess or coffee ma be winning for what I say. Intimate depending on youth and also a bear problem. Ube di no cry na watch your wagon, send on penny for Becassa. And also as some for from. You for you away beer. When says you we are won't any penny be ending common. And yet, say we you favor to Abama won't you know. Oh, Barnes or Bay addition. A Juma way addition, send over Cassa. Then you'll be says you. Any amount for Peter Hudi, area Nankasa, or Pessa will lead you or more. We say, you who where we answer, will be concayana. Do you finish over, but we didn't cry, and penny for a Jew tomb. So bet me, Eddie any modia. No, thank ye, measure moon cry. So be banner, we didn't credit. ebe ye wajuma odi no kwedi ye wajuma nkwa da me ni because omo no wa hoɔden ne sesi a aha a ombetimi aye bibia o so omo ye omo wa hoɔden no that o ba man dwen se bi sika bi nti na me ba nti me nsa anka sika na me san mechi ebi akakra menya no kai hu se amanfo na no obegina sa agina bi no to be make sure say one see that yanka se sika ko hihye omo nsem bi but ne obeye ebe so amanfo eni aya san aboaje osu because who are more years ahead of you betimi dia ye adwuma see so we youth na so person over politics mu a saa we no usese ohun ye ho a ba obetimi atena so ache
Okay.
ese ipenifo no
Okay. So that's what has been the experience with you working with the youth?
You see, now, because of currently the economic hardship, it has brought so much untoward pressure on the youth. So sometimes the people are hot, looking for what they will survive with.
money.
Others are even thinking of travel outside. You know, you see, the credit, the predominant move with most of the youth is how to get a boat and boat away to easy, whether going through Libya or going through port or you know, predominantly if you meet, I'm talking a majority of the youth. Are you getting it? And then others too are also looking up to how they can get some small jobs to do and make money. So, you know, getting them to understand some of these concepts is not an easy thing. Sometimes you have to explain to them why and how it is important to their own well-being before you can even get them together for them to listen to you. It's not an easy thing. It's not easy because there's so much pressure in the system. But we are trying our best. We are managing and you see, even organizing the youth for communal labor is also not an easy thing. Do you get it? Because that Saturday that you are doing that communal labor, that person is going to the landing beach to go and get something to survive. And you can't afford the person. You have to, you see, you need to find ways and means to explain things to the person, just coax them to believe in that mentality of that communalism. But if you take it as a mere responsibility and they won't mind you, they will go. Because the person is looking forward to you, why should he come? And the other perception is, once you are the leader, it is because you believe in what you could do. That is why you aspire to become that leader. So therefore, this job is for you. Do it. You see the challenge. So this job is for you. Do it. That is some of the things that we normally go through as leaders. But you know, when you have the experience, you'll still be able to, you know, bring these people together, convince them, and then be able to move them along with whatever you want to do, whatever you are doing. So that is how we have been able to survive with
the youth.
the youth in this modern time. You know, it's not an easy thing, but we are managing. We are managing.
You have to hold us like that.
Oh yes, we are managing. You know,
once you are guided us through it.
Yes, and once you have also come up that I want to lead. You should be able to know that they are all part of the baggages that you have agreed to carry. So you carry the problems, everything in the community, and you pray to God to give you the knowledge to be able to, you know, make the needed interventions along the way.
Okay. Auntie Mamatu, so please, in your electoral area currently, is there any form of like a youth-focused initiative that is ongoing right now at the moment? And then if you can tell us, if yes, can you tell us what it is about and then how you see the involvement of the youth in it?
Good. There were different types, different groups. I think 6 groups for now. Youth. And boy me pa because sanitation is here na ubodre omomba. Nti me call before I sanitation and before make omo asam kra no omo ye ade bi wa woni nti me ko hwehwe omo ma to bi egusu amomo me encourage omo so omo numu ba se na ebe omo beti wasam obi na duane odidi ukoye fina no a ede me to bi gu omo so nti e ba be sanitation omo na me call omo first ɛne ɔmo kɔdi nkɔmmɔ yɛbɛyɛ amanyɛ adwuma o nti mberɛ no so a mote announcement mpɛ mu mpie nti time no kwan yɛn so ɔmo na ɔmo ba bɛfa tools no akɔ abɔnten sɛ ɔna bɛhyɛ w'ataadeɛ no yɛn kɔ nti youth no deɛ ɔmo boa me ɛwɔ me community no ɛne mehyɛ ɔmo nkran nso sɛ ɔmo nkɔ so da bia nso mɛbia mboa de ama ɔmo because woma ɔmo stay a ɛwohyɛ ɔmo nkran no a da bia akɔmfoɔ bɛba kurom hɔ ɛbɛdua youth no so yɛbɛyɛ sanitation ɛbɛdua youth no so like ebia wobɛyɛ program bɛbobɔ tent ne adeɛ ɔmo na ɔmo bɛyɛ ama wo nti sɛ ɔmo no wɔ adeɛ no mu a ɛboa paa ne deɛ mehia ɔmo ɔmo groups na ɔmo wɔ hɔ ɔmo yɛ 6 wokɔ deɛ abɛnia bi wɔ hɔ woba Greek bi wɔ hɔ woba Figya nkurɔfo ɔmo nyinaa me ne ɔmo hyia ɛdi nkɔmmɔ ɛfa yɛn ho adwene ɔmo a baako bi deɛ ɛfɛ ɔmo Pakistan ne deɛ ɛyɛ a na ɔmo ayɛ ne yɛabɛkye ɔmo na makɔ bɛli ɔmo na ekurom hɔfoɔ no sɛ me na mehyɛ ɔmo nkran sɛ ɔmo nyɛ ɔmo yɛ nimpa wontumi nka sɛ wo nso wowɔ mba no bi wontumi nka sɛ wobɛgya ɔmo saa wode ɔmo bɛba wobɛkɔ akɔyi ɔmo but ɛyɛ kasakyerɛ next time yɛkye wɔ mensan bɛbɛli obi ɔnsan nkɔ bio because onim sɛ yɛsan kye na ɔmbɛbɛli no nti no sɛ youth no deɛ me area for instance ɔmo boa me and mɛkɔ so ama ɔmo encouragement but sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ ɔmo bɛyi aduane no firi ɔmo ano no deɛ ntobo ase na yɛ but wo educate ɔmo yie wokyerɛ ɔmo sɛ aha na ɛnya na saa woyɛ w'adwuma bi a woamfrɛ ɔmo kɔ mpo na ɔmo na ɔmo ba bɛgye ayɛ obi bi ama wo nti ɛndeɛ ɛboa me ankasa wɔ me area no encourage ɔmo nso so position bi ba na sɛ wopɛ a ɛyɛ a metumi kɔ dansɛ na yɛba bɛkɔ election polling station election me ne ebi mu kasa ɔmo sɛ mempɛ ntumi yɛ mempɛ atɛmdidie but wohyɛ ɔmo bɔ sɛ wokɔɛ no wogye atɛmdidie no bi yɛ a yɛte ha no ɔmo di atɛm bebree but wofɛre saa deɛ no anaasɛ wompɛ a wontumi bɛyɛ leader nti wonya wo experience kakra a woanya no me deɛ me first time a memaba assembly no boss deɛ ɛnɛ wabaababa nso kita certificate bebree nti yɛhyia adeɛ ɛfiri ne hɔ ɛyɛ a na ɔmare me ho kyerɛ me a na mafrɛ no seesei nti womfiti prɛko pɛ ɛnkɔwura adeɛ no mu agye sɛ wokɔ nea woanya no na wo nso ne obi ahyɛ sɛnea ɔno nso woba na ɔno nso bɛsua ɛfiri wo so wɔ nti youth no deɛ da bia na all the time me encourage ɔmo ebia ne mansan ankɔ bio na hɔ a na wotrain na wokɔ yi ɔbɛba abɛgye me dwuma yɛ ama wo nti wontumi nkɔtrain aberewa bi a ɔte ne fie agye sɛ wofa young stars no ɔmo na ɔmo wɔ ahoɔden they can do anything for you so me prefer sɛ youth no wɔ mu a ɛbɛboa yɛn
Okay. So Daphne, do you have any such initiatives in your electoral area and how is it going?
Okay, I have these youth groups in my area. You see, my area looks like more of a mainland secondary.
Okay.
And it comprises about 4 electoral areas. So normally, whatever happens, the youth group here, they are the same people who migrate to, because it's like a cluster of communities.
Okay.
Let's say New Takoradi, how New Takoradi is located, even though it has 2 electoral areas, but you take all to be New Takoradi. So whatever happens here affects
the other
the
side.
other side. Yeah. So I have this youth group, and then we also have a movement. That one is a combination of the youth and then the elderly, and we are numbering about 1,000.
Okay.
We have a platform, we share ideas, we discuss projects, how to execute projects, how to get support and other things, and by that we are doing well.
Okay.
And like I said, because our place that's secondary, it's like going to Accra within Accra. When it comes to secondary, that area.
Okay.
So whatever we do, necessarily it doesn't need to happen at my area. It can go to any of my colleagues' area, and then we are looking at secondary.
Okay.
We put secondary first, and then whatever we do, we are looking at how that is going to impact secondary. As I talk to you, there is this school, model KG, and that is how it is. That is what is on the records of GES. That school is supposed to produce only KG, and then when they are going to upper primary, they go to different schools. But with our support as a group, and then the headmistress, we are putting up upper primary, and we were able to convince STMA to give the assurance to build 6 unit classroom block in the future. Hopefully within next month, we are meeting some big man within the region, whom we want to also convince to come on board, to come and support this project. And you see, even though the project is not happening in my area, but I'm playing a lead role in it, since the impact is still on secondary. That is what we do in our area. And then the youth are part. Some of them, they offer communal support to when it comes to the construction of the building. They go there to offer the expertise as masons and other artisans, carpenters and others. They go to offer these services to support without taking any money. So that is how we have been able to blend ourselves and pushing the agenda of secondary forward. Yeah.
All right. So then, Mr. Dako, this will also go to you. How important, is it for assembly members to effectively advocate for the interests and the concerns of the youth in building a community or in national development?
Yeah, even it is a mandate. Every assembly member is mandated by law. Yeah, section 16 of the Act 936, Local Governance Act 936, section 16. If you read there, it talks about responsibilities of every assembly member. And as part of our rules as members, we are supposed to engage the community. We are supposed to seek their concerns. We are supposed to share with them whatever we discuss at the assembly. We are supposed to seek their views and then go and express these views during assembly sittings at the committee level, at the general assembly sitting. So all these things are part of our mandate. We are supposed to do that. Do you understand? Yeah, something that we are supposed to do. And it is important to do that because every assembly by the National Development Planning Commission, every assembly is supposed to have a medium-term development plan. That is within a 4-year range. If as an assembly, if you are supposed to get this money, which project would you do? You cannot just stand up and say, I want to do this. You have to put all these things on paper, culminate them into a medium-term development plan. That's within that 4 years. If you get money, you'll be able to go and pick one and do it. And in developing this medium-term development plan, you don't just sit at assembly and take the decision. No, you are supposed to organize your community people, and a department of the assembly will come and meet with you, the assembly member, unit committee people, and members of the community, including opinion leaders, so that you share your visions, your ideas. How do you want your community to look like? What kind of projects or infrastructure do you lack in your community or area here? So you share all these things, and in order of priority, they are listed, and at least 4 will be selected. They will go to a different community, they do that. Then after everything, we put them together, and then we discuss it at the assembly, we ratify it so that it becomes a law. Because whatever is ratified at assembly automatically becomes a law. You cannot change it. Even the court cannot change it unless the same assembly. And unless, of course, maybe the processes that led to that contravenes any of the statutes of the country. Other than that, nobody can change unless the general assembly. So automatically that becomes law. So therefore, you will definitely need the views of members of the community. And we all know that our part of the world, it is the youth that form majority of the population. And whatever you want to do, the indicators must inure to the benefit of the youth, because they are the majority. And they are the people who are also going to dominate in meetings like this. So therefore, automatically, their views are likely to dominate. You get it? Since they are the majority in a meeting like that. So it is an onus on every member to do that. And the assembly too, by our rules of engagement, we are supposed to go back to the people, seek their views, especially when we are preparing medium-term development plan, so that within the 4-year range, we should be able to execute all the projects that we'll be able to enumerate in that plan. So therefore, the youth are integral part of this decision-making process.
Okay. Auntie Amatu, in every position that anybody takes, there are some form of challenges that comes with it. And so you being an assembly member, what are some of the challenges that you faced so far? And then how have you been able to overcome these challenges?
Wow. Yeah, the challenges is there, and also, Abamubuo any first one. We are banner or politics man, as all the whole share leadership man. One, worry a bit me and know your first. Second, your bema would info from, and then man, I know under that. Okay, we yes our position. But say you madin any ubebu ade ubesimi nipa kasa and ebema we cause our position. The challenges me ya two abama me 5 days pepepe. And one woman friend me say, "You assembly woman me say, I dead body be that CCC kofa 5 days." And I make kofa and me no can say my father dead body is 10. Within 3 years, coffee na 4 years. Until say me brain and me area so any developed area and developing area. I'm a challenges be brain all the time no. Omo demand e wo but wo nya bibi emfi omo. Ebia honorable say no ni area no entesa. Ebia penin do ye sanitation ko betimi akaso. Munji nsuo na mumfanye adwuma. Me ho na entesa. Wo na o spend it. Nti me the challenges me face bebre nti ebuma bam ma me ka asem nko bi. The area no so pa from Fijai to Agrek. Professor Krum eso pa nti me nanti me ko bi si me hu woda. Am say area no so be dey hu me. And assembly e cheboba. Ye ba ma obi a ni area community be dan konko 39. And I me a dan be 2000 and 3000 o come me light pena. Me dey ache am obi anya bi. Nti e was say oba nso dey nti pressure nti no asa me to light me am di me sika be kra light dama me dwuma no kwa me ye no as a business person no me sika sam abafam nti challenge me face bebre still me go so face but say one fa ni asai mu a won ko wura papam nti me sua nneema bebre ma na mbu mabom ebu ye ba sesi an me ho say going forward me sua nneema and me gina so na me de come anim a metimi etu obi a oba no so fo say ubet face challenge no na so koya be fa so be film no enu nie na me mentimi amfam me de etu obi fo nti challenge bebre asai me sika sam ama me din bebre eno no wo hwe osuban na sa wonte sa de ha ebi ona bote obi aka sa ona ko na da but mimi mu no ebi a me ne ye sa de no nti ma eho no embu mabro fine na we ga assembly no kwa waja wa wale me eho no mbu enye me personal issue but enam so wa be leader no de sa edin ni bebre na ebeba wo tu kwan so ni penin bi na eko wo hye watade be communities kana wudi ema enwema bebre wuntimi ye wuntimi dress shepe dress no so account so a community view ha wo dress fine a ye bebo aje so ebi o nso a mimi wo say mentimi dress bebre yes wo dress bebre ko kan asem a ye mbonje so oba ye wo be disika we dress na o de abetina ye say ye nsanto abama enye danka wa dress say abetina but me oba e wo say me sesi me ho
Exactly.
But push bi mu anu so a wuntimi sesi wo ho ti ne oba ye ne say ne wo awutsina demu a ne wadwen be ka cho say ye no woni nimpa mienu ana miensa di nkomo na say eye ma ona wo de kwa na wo feli dia wetimi de akọ eno so be bo na challenges nde wo ka say wo di echi a wo nko wanim e wa bra ba wuntimi lead community so mani ye challenges nde you so I face but ya mencha de ne be for mu aba.
Sure. Mr. Dako, what has been your challenges so far? And then after you talk about that, looking at in terms of credibility and then influence, what are the challenges that assembly members face in general as well?
Okay, well, my colleague has celebrated some of the challenges you go through within the community.
Yeah.
Yes, it's true. If you dress, hey,
You don't dress.
you don't dress,
Hey.
hey. But you see, let me talk about the major challenge that we go through as assembly members.
Yeah.
The decentralization concept, okay, is governed by laws. And if you read some of these laws, you appreciate that this centralized concept, which was brought to bear in the year 1988. But out of selfishness and greediness, some people have tilted the whole thing to their personal gains.
Yeah.
Some people have put the rules of the game aside and they are pursuing their own understanding using conventions instead of applying the laws. And some of this behavior has affected the role of we the assembly members in the assembly, especially STMA. It's a major challenge and a major disservice to our presence there as honorable assembly members, because when it's happening like that, you are helpless. The law says we should do A, and then somebody, technocrat, a big man, is doing B.
Yeah.
What do? You are helpless. And that thing that this person is doing is never going to benefit the assembly. And the effect or the ramification will definitely come to you, the assembly member, your performance, and your community. Breach of the rules of the game, left, right, center. It's a major challenge at assembly. Major challenge. Major challenge. And I can enumerate countless. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Very well. Then, in a community, like I said earlier, you want people to come and support you execute a project. To them, they believe that because you said you want to be the leader, so it is your responsibility.
Exactly.
You have to do it. Do it. Let's see.
Yeah.
Are you getting it? That mentality is there. And sometimes you have to convince people that it is our collective responsibility, not my solo responsibility.
I feel like you are spending the money alone. You are taking the money.
Sometimes for my area, I don't suffer that kind of money thing.
Okay.
Yes, I don't suffer that kind of money thing. But getting the people involved and sometimes getting people to contribute to support.
Okay.
They feel like it is your duty. So you should go find ways and means and do it. And you come to our community, you see a lot of infrastructure defect and lack of investment, a lot of challenges that requires the support of the assembly to solve.
Yeah.
But you go there now, there's no money. Indeed, there's no money. And the question is, where is the money? And you are not getting the answer. Are you getting it? Yeah. Where is the money? You are not getting the answer. And you don't also need to go and knock at somebody's door that, hey, where is the money? Tell me. It's not like that.
Yeah.
You ask these questions through subcommittees. And here's the case. If you call the appropriate department or head of department to come and answer to, the persons can choose to come or they can choose not to come. Yeah. And it's like, what can you do? Can't do anything. And in all this, the effect is being suffered by the communities. And the communities too, the only person they know is you, the assembly member, or you are the one that they've elected. Yeah. And many a time you be saying this at assembly, that the coordinating director he's coming to my area. Normally he comes there, but nobody knows him. Okay. And nobody even go to him to go and tell him that the street light is not working. Chief executive will come and pass. Nobody will stop him and tell him that, Chief, this light is not working or this thing is spoiled. Nobody will tell him. Yeah. The heads of department, they can come. They will work. Nobody goes there to tell them anything. The only person they know is you, the assembly member, because you are the one that they've elected to lead them. Yeah. And you go to the assembly, you put in the demand, you make the debate about the issue, and at the end of the day, There's no money to execute that. What can you do? It's a major problem we are going through as an assembly.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm happy. By the grace of God, we have put some issues together. We want to put this issue before the Supreme Court in the near time to seek for certain interpretations and certain directions, so that some of these anomalies will be put to stop, because it is gravely affecting the effectiveness of we, the assembly members. It is creating the impression that you are not doing anything. It is creating the impression that we are just rubber stamp. We are just observers. We are just in assembly observing how technocrats and what they should do. You see, you cannot go beyond the law and be doing what you think. The law is there. It is for a very good reason that the law did not allow a management body in the decentralized setup. It's a very good reason for that. You know, when you go to a firm, there is a management body. Even here, I'm sure there should be a management body here. Go to MTN, you see, go to Vodafone, you see management body. But there's a reason why the law did not allow management bodies in the assembly, because the law has given that powers to the assembly members. Work with their decision. They are supposed to take that decision. And that is the reason why I was even telling you earlier on that government appointee concept should have been led for people of high caliber with some kind of expertise, so that when it comes to this decision-making process, the deliberations, they'll be able to contribute meaningfully. Are you getting it? The law left that space for honorable assembly members to take decisions, so that technocrats will implement that decision. But it has been the other way around. It's like technocrats are taking decisions for assembly members, which is not part of the law. It's a major challenge that assembly members are facing. It's a major challenge. And I think we'll call on the Supreme Court to intervene immediately that this application is put in. They should look at it and then give the necessary direction, so that we can all better the decentralized concept we have garnered for ourselves. You see, local governance is a very good concept. Central government is supposed to give you a certain amount of money through common fund. It can give you grants. You have the opportunity to collect property rate, that is the IGF, internal generally generated funds. Look at our metropolis. We have ports, we have many infrastructure within, paying property rate and other things. The amount of money we can make. Okay, sit down with your locals, plan what you want to do with this money. Should that be a problem? And the law said, let them elect people to come and represent, because you cannot put the whole of security people at a Sipon Stadium and ask them what they want. Therefore, elect people to represent you through the electoral areas. Decide with them, do broader consultations, allow them to talk to their people and bring their needs of the people. Should that be a challenge? But that is not what is happening. And it's affecting everybody. When all these things are properly done, when we begin to observe the rules of the game, we begin to deal with the Act 936, the Financial Management Act, and all the relevant laws covering decentralization, we will have a better system. People will begin to see the benefit of the decentralized concept. People will begin to see the importance of STMA. Other than that, we'll continue to be here, and every project that we'll be seeing will be coming from central government. It shouldn't be so. It shouldn't be so. Do you get it? So this is a major challenge that we go through as honorable assembly members. Sometimes you are helpless because the technocrat, he is in charge. He can say that, okay, let this machine go and work with you. If he doesn't give that order, you cannot say you are assembly member, so you're going to move the machine. It doesn't happen that way. You need a container. The skip load is supposed to come and lift your skip container. It is not as if it's like a taxi that you can just go and rent or hire to come and. It is meant for specific institution and department. You go there, the head of the department doesn't want to help. What do? The community people are blaming you that the container is full. It is spilling around and creating nuisance. You go there, the person is like a Adesika. What do? Can you go and beat him? You can also go and pee the key and say you are going to move the machine. It doesn't happen that way. So these are some of the areas that you become helpless as honorable assembly members. And it shouldn't happen like that. Because the community are bearing the brunt of all these bureaucratic inertias. It's not helping anybody. Then you asked another one. You said, I should add something to it.
Yeah, your experience with it.
With the you know how to,
Like the challenges that you face specifically, and then also in terms of being credible, and then you being influential in the area that you are leading.
okay, very well. For me, I can say by the grace of God, as a chairman of environmental management committee, if they are to give the free space, almost every assembly member will want to be part of my committee.
Okay.
Almost every assembly member would like to be part of my committee for a very good reason. Yes, for a very good reason. Everybody wants to be part of, but they use some tactics to, you know.
But won't you share the reason with us? Won't you share the reason with us?
Oh, you see, as a leader, you should be able to have control over what you are doing.
Okay.
You should be able to understand the area you have aspired to lead. And by the grace of God, I have some level of command over that specific committee. And with my little experience, I'm able to communicate well, explain things to the members when they come. And people with some challenges in their community, as far as my committees. So environmental management committee, we deal with the waste management issues, sanitations, the environment within the metropolis. So when people have that challenge, then they bring it to my committee. I'm able to lead them through my committee to solve it in their area. So it entices a lot of them to be part of. At a point in time, I had more than 20 to 24 members. Whilst others were struggling with even 5 and 6 and 7 members. And everybody wanted to come. So they had to devise ways and means to cut the membership and then distribute the members. And even some even went to other committees and they were still wanting to come to my committee. That's what I can say, by the grace of God.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then again, I have enough time to learn. I have time to learn. So when I come, I will tell you that let us not apply convention. Let's apply what the law says. So that everybody can benefit. Because if we are applying convention, like this is how we have been doing it, so let's do it like that. That's why it takes few to benefit. But when you apply the law, everybody stands to benefit. So that has been my philosophy and principle.
Okay. That's romantic. So just as you've embraced the youth, and in your quest to accept the youth as being future leaders, are there any form of mentorship programs in your electoral area that you're putting up to help these people who would want to lead in the near future or anything like that?
So far, I'm planning for that. And in my dream for but skills training. And I'm a my youth in this year. And I am a fraud. And if skills training, but you fancy say, "I'm page ma."
Oh, sir,
I'm page ma there.
Quick money. That's what we pay.
I'm person, I'm be brands.
Trade and the page ma.
Yeah, like buy and sell, and also obey skills. Maybe at the end of the month, obey baby. At the end of the day, cramp for obey baby. I'm penny, so I'm pay quick money. Be a 1 hour, be a pesca. 2 minutes of pesca.
But you knew
and say, hey, I'm best spending the time. I'm best spending the time. I'll be training the bender.
Yeah.
Let me train one lady. A friend of Lima. No oil makeup, any nose. A woman will be Sammy sent to another bend or be pass it out. No, so I start to say, or in this case, and maybe discuss. Let me say, yeah, about 4 years, call me, madam. Now then, I won't person. Oh, 𝐾𝐨𝐮𝐭𝐡 seriously. Okoya, at the end of everything, was about back to business. Near me training na. I manage to say, oh, yeah, I'll be in a high net diocese. But pennies are quick, and wow. And look, and so who say life on every no some back. And they say, I'll be in the shop, kakra, our girls are all training on. And you know, you see, we are more dang, or mum pet like skills training.
Okay.
Edwuma nso ni hɔ sesi a yɛte mu me ne wo nyinaa yɛnim sɛ edwuma ni hɔ. Aha wakɔ university awie me ma nkɔ bi nti wawie university wokuta wo CV wokuta wo biribi akɔ page ma yɛmfa ma wo sɛ wote hɔ ebia na wo papers kɔ ɛso sɛ something deɛ mede yɛ mfa to hɔ yɛkɔɛ no yɛhu sɛ no yɛma wo kɔ yɛba abɛtu something nti yɛma wo mba nti wo papers kɔ bɛgye agu baabi a woba nso anka wobɛtumi ayɛ adwuma no na ɛnam sɛ wosua adeɛ akɔ akyire nti panyin no bɛfii sɛ wobɛ challenge no nti adwuma no ɔmfa ma wo koraa nti kɔ fie nti wokɔ school no kɔyɛ dɛn wokɔ sɛ wode bɛboa nti ɛyɛ dɛn na sɛsi akɔba no saa me krataa mu wɔ duru a menyɛ adwuma ɛmu nyɛ duru nso a menyɛ adwuma nti yɛbɛkɔ no sɛ nti ɛno ne adeɛ a wɔ sɛ yɛde training youth no wakɔ wo school no yɛ school no deɛ ɛboa nipa bebree wɔ abrabɔ adaadaa asetan deɛ school no education is the key but wonni education kakra bi mpo deɛ wontumi ntena abrabɔ no mu nti wakɔ wo school awie a wokuta w'adwuma ebi a woyɛ aban adwuma na woayɛ skills bi wɔ akyire obia wo shop bi kakra wokɔba a ebi a nurse ni teacher ni bosom nso ya wongye wo pay nti bosom bɛso na wo sika yɛde bɛma wo no wodi ne nyinaa because wobɛfiri mu wobɛfiri angwa wobɛtotɔ nneɛma no nyinaa egu hɔ at the end of the month wogye wo salary a wakɔ akɔtuatua agye sɛ wosan twɛn another salary nti na woyɛ biribi wɔ nkyɛn a ɛbɛboa wo ba no ɛnɛ no yɛfiri sɛ woyɛ skills person anaasɛ business person sɛ woankɔ school no koraa nti na wokɔ saa channel no ɛnte saa nti ama yɛadwene ne nyinaa akɔgyina hɔ me dede bi a meka ekɔdɔnkɔ bɛse na ɔno ba a yɛbɛka twi wɔ parliament de bia metwi na meka because a business woman maame no wɔ sika bɛɛ na ɔnni ɛnɛ ni de wetumi ayɛ president but ɔmo sɛ ɔka twi nti yɛntumi mfa no na wate ase nti youth no sɛsi a no wokɔ ka twi ɔmo sɛ osua adwuma wɔ daabi na sɛ wankɔ school no ɛno wo degree no nso ɛmma wo kwan sɛ kɔtena kɔbɔ tae ɛbɛtena baabi a wote wate ase meme ntimi bɛtena baabi a wote no but wobɛtumi aba baabi a meme wɔ no adɛn nti a me education no ɛnduru sɛ mma bɛtena baabi a wɔ no mekɔ m'anim a na mɛtumi abɛtena hɔ menya nkɔɛ no ɛdɛn na mɛyɛ sɛ watema ase menya nkɔ hɔ no ɛdɛn na mɛyɛ ɛnyɛ obiara na yɛme bɔɔ no sɛ ɔmbɛhyɛ suit ɛmfa mpɛ n'ano aduane na ɛnyɛ obiara nso na yɛme bɔɔ no sɛ ɔnkɔ sua adwuma mfa mpɛ n'ano aduane but woka too no nyinaa bɔ mu a ɛboa wo daadaa asetena but yɛ no yɛafa baako pɛ ɛno a school naa na yɛkɔ school no nso yɛmfa fie deɛ nka ho ɛn mete ha mefa school yansa kakra ɛna mefa fie deɛ kakra ɛna ɛboa me nti mekɔ ha metumi agye me ho meba ha metumi gye me ho ba ɛnɛ nkɔlaa no there's no way a woka wei kyerɛ no bɛte waseɛ nti youth no deɛ wone ɔmo bɛhyia a prepare wo ho sɛ yɛ borɔfo sɛm a ɔmbɛgye wato broni bi bɔ hɔ yɛbɛyɛ program wei after program no wotie ni ɔbɛte aseɛ nanse ɛnsɛ last week me wɔ hɔ na ɔmo frɛ me sɛ me community baako ɔmo yɛ freedom demonstration a ɔmo topic no yɛ PMC me bɔ pɛ na yɛ Wagner na sɛ wei Russia ɛne Ukraine war no maybe ka sɛ yɛ gay ɛna ɔmo ɛyɛ because gay na ɔmo yɛ ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo pɛ ɔmo freedom nti youth no boy no ɔyɛ leader 25 years boy 25 years old ɛna ne deputy no yɛ 22 years ɛdɛn na wopɛ wɔ wiase ɛna ɔmo ne ɔsponsor ɔmo no ɛwɔ Germany asɛ France broni na sponsor o sɛ yɛ saa freedom demonstration no ɛna me Ghana ha menim sɛ obi a ɔwɔ kwan sɛ yɛbɔ national anthem ma ne si ma no ɛyɛ president even vice president kwa yɛmbɔ ma ne nsi ɛna MP ministers no nyɛrɛra yɛ asase ne ɛne wei na yɛbɔ ma but national anthem yɛmbɔ ntu aseɛ deɛ woyɛ president ɛne nkɔla wo gyina hɔ yɛbɔ national anthem tu aseɛ ɛbɔ Ukraine national anthem ɛbɔ Russia countries ni na ɔmo yi issue ɔmo flag ni na ɔmo bɔ ɔmo national anthem that means they mean something nti ɛpɛsɛ me community police for surrender community na yɛ di abɛni ɛna me sɛ monkɔ bi sɛ ɔmo asɛm ɔmo sɛ daabi yɛntimi a wo na wo sɛ wobɛdi asɛm bi ma wo na wobɛba ansɛ kɔ bi sɛ ɔmo asɛm meba yɛ mbɛto ɔmo patrol teams na ɔmo dɔɔso pa Ichia omuna mbisa omuse. Mo mission na ne de o me community. E no mo chire me. Mo na say eh ene omo be ye gay wa. Not to say ye gay. Omo practice war. Omo say omo ye private military.
Wow.
You tell no mo ye o. E ye youth.
Yeah.
E no mo ye. E no timo so obi na mo musika. Nti na say broni no onu omo communicate.
Yeah.
E mo musika. Eye bibia nti omo aka che broni so omo de omo betimi aye sa demonstration. Say ye na ya nche mo dia anya musika na aka ye be mamo. En mo ntimi ankoye o bebi ankoye o sekendi obi abehu mu. Me kura ase jojo bai. Dia benne ena mo beji me park ya boso aye sa demonstration. Ena police for be chichi omo. As a Friday ya na ye daily ye ma omo be.
Wow.
No, omo ye you for.
Yeah.
Omo ye you. Nti we na onya sa sika no fi outside. Na maka chance koye training bi.
Yeah.
1 month or 2 months, 3 months na genya obeti atum. Kontintum. Nti say your society na ye kono no. Leader na 25 years. What do you They say life begins as 40. Yanka say do 40 so answer why you baby. But just bro once and to boase gradually na wo ko weni. I say em penisa. Ya ma me mo time no. Na ye was ahu brase no. But they see ayemba no any computer na ase nkwala ni ntino. Enya wo die na wo de ba no. Ono de be ye adwuma. Kwala no tena phone ho any computer ho. Enya sa link no. Enya sika e de yes demonstration. Ka 25 years they dey na wo de sika koy.
Auntie, that should also let us know, say, anything that the youth actually set their minds to do, they'll be able to do it.
Yes.
So more like we need the push and we need the support to be able to function in some areas that we find ourselves.
How can we push the youth on this way? This
No,
situation?
not like in that very instance, but then taking something else. Let's say they are doing something positive for themselves. Let's assume if it's more like they want to set up something for the youth in the community or something, and they being able to gather themselves up to do that. I mean, with a little push, they'll be able to function.
Yes, we can push them with positive things, not negative things.
Yeah.
Because Wagner, any PMC demonstration, and you expect me to support you, I will never support you.
Yeah.
But if you are coming with positive things, why not? The loan I'll go for the loan and support you because would they something new na would about community. This was say I do almost in park. And then my tree you from about together. Park. A bit ball.
Yeah.
Different games all together. And it's over the sea and maybe buy the Timama AstroTurf Fiji community. As I say, I would say areas be now living on the games or and a warmer community no crano like energy or more. Because you for now never baby dear grow park and
yes.
Hands in yes, I did my miniaji. A woman no more from a per se you gave me a Jesse. Okay, mini Jesse by making us support too. Monco rent TV. Mini met to a mama here. But for rent I can give you money to go and rent some. My mom can no more their current. Oh no, we per se you gave me here you. You here will support. Omoka will support in a day no more. They need money. And I said the umbefa said to the tree mom. Apart from Jesse, no be ma munsuo. Pie ni a snack na enema na etwe omo adwene no eba. Se na ebe yo mo enko abonten koye basabasa no. Nye sa de no omo a ye de wo se be support youth no. Omo akomo ani. But enye se wo kwa koye ehuhu bra na ya kwa support. Ene be against it. Ye ma ne mba. Exactly. Nti ye chi boys no kwa me gina ho se leader ene ni deputy ni de embla ni omundi. That innocent one or money motion. You release first. Friday and a jail or leader and a deputy. And almost force to cry at the show of police for intelligence officers here. Yemfa Emma and no come back to phone so as to take Gumuno. Wait to me. Well, so more the papa bar you support one for papa and bar you against.
So that we'll be wrapping up very soon. So I'll ask you, what advice would you have for any young person that is aspiring to get into this political sector?
Okay.
or take up any other leadership role?
Okay. Well, in politics,
Mm.
you know, politics is a very good venture,
Mm-hmm.
but dangerous one as well,
Okay.
because it can make you and can destroy you for the rest of your life.
Okay.
Politics can destroy you, can make you and can destroy you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to be doing konkonsa
Mm-hmm.
to survive, and you have to backbite people, put people down, destroy people's integrity and other things,
Yeah.
so that your paymasters will see that you are doing well.
Mm-hmm.
You see, that has become a challenge for the Ghanaian politics.
Mm-hmm.
It has made it so difficult for, you know, to entice the genuine youth.
Yeah.
For those who are genuine, might not want to double themselves in that kind of attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are some leaders, all that they want to hear is this person said this person want to do this person said that. When you do that, you are a very good person to them.
Yeah.
If you go to them and you don't lie to them, it's like you are not a good person. They will despise you. So with that kind of attitude, to not encourage the genuine ones to, you know, enter into politics.
Okay.
But that notwithstanding, there's still the positive aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
You see, the youth, they are the modern ones. This is their time.
Yeah.
We are in the generation of the youth.
Mm-hmm.
So it will be better we encourage them to take up leadership positions.
Yeah.
It's very, very important we encourage them. And as we encourage them to take up this leadership position, they shouldn't also forget the fact that they are there to set as a very good example for the others.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you go there and you fail, you are denying the opportunity of the next person behind you.
Mm-hmm.
So when you are given a position as a youth, you have to excel. You have to do your best. You have to demonstrate your commitment to the position you've been given. It's important. Mm-hmm. Then corruption.
Yeah.
It has been one of the major bane of politicians and Ghana as a country as you speak. So why would every young person want to ride V8, have a very good apartment, and even buy a car for the girlfriend, and then that girl too over there, and even at the time take this girlfriend or one of the girlfriends to Abuchi,
Dubai?
Why would everybody want to? No, why are we thinking like that? You see, sometimes I feel ashamed as a Ghanaian when we join some of these white people in our community engagement or some of these conferences that we'll be having. Mm. You see a very young white person whom, if that person had even been here in Ghana, your academic credentials would have been higher than his or hers. But you see that young person teaching your ministers and your big men how to behave. Isn't that a shame?
Yeah, big one.
Very young, you see them young people, the white people, some of them are young.
Yeah.
They're not even up to 40. And they are teaching our ministers and other people how to behave. Because if you don't behave like that, your economy will come to a crash.
Yeah.
People go to all these conferences and they put everything aside and they do their own thing and everybody suffers. So if you are a youth and you are given that such an opportunity, you see, let me say this. We are within that youth bracket, even though some of us will go slightly above that, but we are still within. If all of us are to behave well, if I'm the MC, if I'm the minister, if I'm a state minister of state or whatever, a CEO, board chairman, and Ramatu is also having this position, that youth is also having that position, and all of us, we agree that Ghana is the only country we have. So let us do everything to protect the future of Ghana so that the unborn generation will come and benefit. Are you not going to do better?
Yes, we will.
But you see, the problem is because when I decide to do the right thing and the rest are not ready to do that, they will see me as an enemy. And if I'm not being careful, they will kill me.
Yes.
They will kill me, I'm telling you. A lot of people have been killed because of some of this, because they will see you as a betrayer. You're a traitor.
Yeah.
I don't know the man here. Why the one could say a pedestal?
Yeah.
And you see them gangly, they will not tell you. They will kill you. You see, that is the evil-mindedness that people have acquired. And because of that, when you also go there, you are forced to join them.
Walk in their ways, yeah.
And that is how come the country is suffering. That's how come the country is suffering. So if all of us are to have that positive mind, let's do it well. Let's do it. Let's support ourselves. The little budget you are giving. At least I'm told when you go to Nigeria, Nigerians are corrupt too. But I'm told that Nigeria, when they are given the opportunity to construct a road, the contractor is given the opportunity to construct a road, the contractor will not eat into the amount, the budget for the road. He will try to rather inflate the cost of the project, so that whatever the person must get, he will get it from the additional money. And he will do the right thing for the country. But come to our country, Ghana here, they will eat into the inflated budget and go deep into the cost of the project and destroy the project. And you see, by 5 years, go and see most of the roads that were constructed in this country. Let's just go around and see them.
Just in
potholes. Because of wickedness.
Yeah.
Wickedness. I'm telling you. You see, it's as if Bibini is not a human being, but we should try and get some positive mind.
Yeah.
Me, I'm a living example. It doesn't mean I like money, Papa. But I always want to leave a legacy. I will get my money and do the thing. I'll get my money and still do the thing. But it's not as if the little you are given to do the project, you go and you eat deep into it and you begin to buy inferior materials for the project. Yeah. And very soon the project will be coming down. It's wickedness. So the youth, wherever you are positioned, get a positive mind, believe in yourself, and say that I want to make a difference. I want the change to start with me. I want to do the right thing because Ghana is the only country I have. Let me protect Ghana so that one day, my name will be mentioned that when he came, this is what he did.
Okay. Thank you very much. And so, Matthew, any other advice for the youngsters?
My little advice I'm giving mom. Youth no more and Siciana. I say, 50 pro Kuba will see a moja nebeba.
Okay.
To send the honorable Elkano. You can't be able to be but Embra Marquis of our boom. Who did ye Jumaho at the end of him? Okay. So, Ubana, why I didn't say iPhones, I be your phones here. It didn't know why I want me. That phone on a youth. Oh no, I read the soccer and by a calling me. Yeah. The contract no man, I Juman in Sakaya. Testing on ye Juman back over near Onu here no. Okaka rose issue. Rose the made area crab example. Uba a Greca 2020 I consulted Sir Road. And they say I know can say you could do a yeah, who say Cassie the road no campaign or middle campaign it's yeah. Yes. Because a Greek road no I say. Yan ye mekaya contractor ye and see me dim penny. Yes, my year no radio so. Me ya contract about this camera me ya kwanfon to say a Greek road. Seriously, me yes a kwanfon. As for tini fees, I'm somebody go so once okay. Cars so far so ba kumi no. Wo de kwahwe some de say am wokom. Money ye na ebe ye adwuma yenso ye no mo be ye adwuma. Ye be ma mo more information, ye be ma mo news pa. Yeah. Money and communicating. Na me area mpo de mbe ya news bebre. Mo boa ye a, sa nnuama na be jai. E start obi su na akọwie obi su. Obi aye no, me nso ma ba ye be jame. Ona bo ba ye be jano, sa na ye de ko Ghana na ye sei no. Ba sa me ye na man ye ni ye na o ma me hu se. Ensesa me ye ne sa nti wotwema so a. Wo a wo ba wo nsa me ye bi. Wo di be sua ya nsa nti youth no mo wa bonti o tie. Advice am de mo say my pray ho ko pesika sika de wo dem na obenya e baba wo di enu bre ko pesika no engina wonsem eno nso a wasai wodi edi mpa nso ye se ahonya wode mfi bebree na de bɛpere animuonyam but within 30 minutes obi de bɛsɛsɛ animuonyam na wobɛpɛ ne nyinaa nti wobɛ wiase bɛyɛ de nipa bɛgye ne din kɛkɛ ambɛpere ne nkyɛ woyɛ bia na wagya hɔ ɛbɛkɔ so ama wo mba nso aba abɛto ne wo nananom ɛnam din papa a wogyaeɛ no nti ba wobɛyɛ pɛsɛmenkum ya ɛpere wiase agyapadeɛ a wobɛyɛ agyapadeɛ no asi hɔ no hwan na ɛbɛsom wokɔfa ahenkyɛhyɛ na sɛ nyɛ wo deɛ a obiara nsom o nti yɛmpɛ animuonyam no na yɛmpɛ sika kakra ɛnka ho na yɛmpɛ no bebree wonya no bebree ɛyɛ but woanya nso ɛno nkyɛ sɛ fei mebere kɔfa neɛ ɛnyɛ wo dea a wobɛbu ho akonta nti ɛno na mede gya wɔ mo yɛmpɛ din pa ɛno yɛ se ahonya.
Okay, that's it. Before we go, this is a general question that I ask all my guests. It's regarding the sustainable development goals. In Timpacho, which aspect of your dealings do we factor the sustainable development goals in 30 seconds? In 30 seconds each. And so I'm can you start with us? That's for us, please.
Okay. I'm starting off with your programs bebree in terms of development yɛakɛkyerɛ nti me bɛba no na mehyɛ ɔmo bɔ me kwan mpo de manhyɛ da nhyɛ bɔ bebree nti yɛntaa yɛyɛ me saa wohyɛ bɔ no wontumi ndi so yɛ program na yɛhia woba a ɛnsɛ drainage bebree yɛn consult nti ɛma problem flood na sisi kurom hɔ nsuo tɔ kakra pɛ na ɛhɔ aflade nyame nkyɛ adeɛ yɛabɛbɛnya drainage ɔmo aba consult woba Methodist wofi Methodist ɛm ne Pentecost hɔ a yɛconsult bridge kɛseɛ a sisi adeɛ nsuo no tɛsɛn koraa no a ɛtumi fam another one a mayɛ no nso ɛyɛ community park nyame nkyɛ adeɛ no nso yɛtumi aboa ama yɛnya astroturf a before yɛbɛba na ɔmo ntumi ndi agorɔ so ɛso ɛtutu nti yɛpereyɛ ɛsan nya saa wei no ɛde ma ɔmo ɛtɔ so mmiɛnsa mesan ɛnya borehole ɛde ka ɔmo ho ɛwɔ Figyae school Holy Child school hɔ na yɛ borehole baako ama ɔmo asan yɛ handle well ɛde aka ho and yɛgu so drainage yɛayɛ first phase aka second phase a ɔmo ahyɛ yɛn sɛ next month next 2 months contractor bɛsan aba site wokɔ another area bi te sɛ Nkrɔfora mimi yɛ dɛn deɛ develop yɛ nti no yɛhia development paa nti no yɛstarte wɔ baabi na yɛde abɛwie wɔ baabi nti no woba Nkrɔfora sesi a na adeɛ a metumi ayɛ wɔ hɔ so far mentumi nhyɛ da ɛnka nneɛma bebree because challenges bebree ɛna yɛbɛfesi wɔ assembly yɛmfa no easy but yɛnkasa revenue kakranka yɛnyaayɛ no ɛtumi ma community no ma yɛ tents canopies 10 ɛna mama ɔmo nkonnwa 100 for the community ɛno nso ɛbɛ generate fund ɛde ama ɔmo woba deɛ abɛni a ɔmo nso nya astroturf but ne yɛnya land ɛmfa yɛn nti no Queen Mother ne ma yɛn cemetery no aba anim nti yɛntutu nkɔ akyire nti yɛyɛ saa deɛ no yɛtutu cemetery no na ɛwɔ ɛkwan no ho no nyinaa ɛde kɔ akyire a sɛsi a yɛnya yɛ standard no a going forward no yɛpɛ sɛ ɛbɛyɛ turf no bi ɛma ɔmo ɛnya ne turf koraa yɛbɛdua glass wɔ so sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a yɛbɛnya mo ato so na yɛdwidwi meka sɛ meka yɛ dɔɔso me community no dɔɔso nti so far no development a kakra menya no a yɛhia more development ɛwɔ community no.
Thank you very much. Mr. Dako, the SDGs.
Supply of potable water.
Okay.
It's it's something that I'm hoping that going forward as a country, we'll be able to achieve that in the nearest future.
Okay.
How people are destroying water bodies through this galamsey and other illegal activities. And you see, because of that, it has become very difficult for Ghana water community to supply on regular basis to customers. It's becoming very difficult. So it is my wish as an environmentalist that one day, all of us can come together and solve that major challenge so that we can have that potable water supplied to every nook and cranny of our dear country, Ghana.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And that was Ramatu Ibrahim. She is the Assembly Member of Fijai Electoral Area. And then Samson K. Dalcon, the Environment and Local Governance Expert, and also Assembly Member of Asafo Electoral Area. Thank you so much for joining us here at the studios tonight. We really appreciate your time and everything that you've come here to share with us. Thank you so much. And to you out there who stayed with us from the beginning till this moment, we are so grateful. Thank you so much. And please, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube page yet, kindly do so at Watch TV channel and follow us on all our social media platforms at Watch TV channel. And the program is sponsored by the Center for Volunteerism and Social Transformation, CENVAS. And so for all your individual or corporate voluntary activities, you can contact CENVAS at info@cenvas.org or follow us on all our social media platforms at CENVAS. My name is 𝐾𝐨𝐿 𝐶, your gorgeous host, and this brings us to the end of tonight's episode. Stay blessed and stay beautiful. So same time next week. Have a nice one.
Watch TV, promoting sustainable development.